Hi there guys, I received a question from someone asking about uh, performing a login with 3 attempts only and also displaying a hint to the end user. So one way to do it is like this. We have this simple database and we have the users table that contains the user ID, the password. Here, just for simplicity, I'm storing the passwords as simple strings, okay, and also I have the password hint. Obviously you shouldn't use such kind of hint because it's the same as the password. Anyway, so given that, we let's go to our project. In this case, yeah, so we have this project. Let me modify a few things here. Okay, now we are ready. So first step is as usual, add a new data source. It's gonna be a database. Press next. Select a new connection, change that to access. Okay, browse and select your database. Okay, next. Don't want to include it. Press next, and now select the users table and finish. Okay, now when we looked here, the table contains user ID, password, and hint. Usually you are gonna need to do the following. You need a function that will fill the information based on user ID, because you are not guaranteed to enter the password correctly, right? So this will help you later on get the row that contains the password and also get the password hint. Okay, so let's go back. So this means in order to add such kind of query or add such kind of function, double click here on the data set, and here you right click the adapter, the user's table adapter, and select add query. It's gonna be SQL statement. Press next, and now this SQL will return number of rows. Press next. This is the query, just add to it where user ID equal colon user ID, and this is going to be a parameter here. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna press next and I'm gonna add for the name full by user ID. This is gonna be user ID, and say next and say finish, and that's it. One last thing, just to do some housekeeping. Click here, you see that there are no parameters, just add a parameter here and change that into user ID. Okay, so this parameter will be passed into the query. Yeah, press OK, and that's it. So we are now ready to perform the login. So let's go back to our project. You can create the username password form yourself, or you can make the wizard do the job for you. So I'm gonna right click here and select add and select Windows Forms, and as far as I remember there should be a login form. There you go, this is a login form, and you'll find information available. Wait a minute. Okay, so it just created a username, a password for you. Okay, cancel. You might want to add a few things here. What I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna just add a few things. Now, the first thing I'm gonna do is drag this and drag the users table from the data sources, drop it on the form. Now the reason I did that is not because I want to display this information now, because I want the wizard to create all these bindings and stuff like that to make my life easier. Now I'm gonna delete this and delete the navigation. Now what this does, it removes the controls, but the data set and the binding source and other stuff are still there, and this is what I need pretty much. Okay, so given that, now we are ready. So the username will go here, and this field is called username text box, and the other one's password, sorry, and it is the password text box. Okay, so what should you do is something like this. If you double click this button, well, we are not gonna need this because we are not gonna do anything. And okay, this is the OK command. What's gonna happen here is the following. You need to get the username, so and fill the information based on the username. So this is the load method, and the wizard by default fills the information of all users into your data set. We are gonna modify this. We are gonna remove this line into the OK button and remove this part. Okay, so what we do here is that instead of filling all the information, we are gonna make it full by user ID. Obviously here what you need to specify as well is the user ID, and the user ID is entered into text box, username text box dot text. Okay, so this is gonna fill the information in the data set. What we need to do next is make sure that the password is correct. Okay, how do we do that? It's pretty simple. All we need to do is well, use a simple if statement. If a data set dot users dot rows, sorry, I had a sneeze, sorry. Anyway, so if dataset.users.rows.count equal 0, which means you didn't get any row from the database, this means that the username is invalid. In that case, MSG box invalid username and exit sub. This is the first situation, or the first case. The second case is that you might enter the username correctly but the password doesn't match. So next we're gonna match the password, and the column name for the password is PW. So we are gonna do it like this. If a data set dot users dot rows of 0, because the first row is row 0, dot item of, and here you are gonna enter the name PW, this is the name of the column, equals, now the password column is password text box dot text. Then this means the password is correct. All we have to do, me dot dialog result equal OK. This is gonna indicate that everything is fine, and here I'm gonna say me dot close exit sub. That's it. Okay, so now we just finished the second second part. The last part happens where the password hint doesn't if this does not get executed and this does not get executed, it means the password specified is wrong. We need to give a hint to the end user. So in this case we are going to display the hint, and in this case I am gonna display a simple message box to the end user. So all we have to do, msg box password hint, and now I need to display the last column, which is hint, and it's gonna be a data set dot users dot rows of 0 dot item of hint. Okay, it's like that. And this is pretty much it. This is the first part. Okay, now if the person clicks cancel, it's gonna be called cancel. Okay, so we finished this code. Now let's go to our form, and the form road, I'm gonna say dimension LG as a new login form. Okay, now if LG dot show dialog equal cancel, then end. Now you see here the show dialog will return the result for you, and I am saying that if the result of showing this dialog, which is actually the login form, then sorry, if the result of the login form is cancelled, then end the execution. If we go here, when the password is correct, the result of the login operation is okay. Otherwise, it's gonna be cancelled. Okay, so let's try this now and see if it works. So now I'm gonna run it. So we have this, right? I'm gonna type A, this is the username, and the password is wrong. I'm gonna say OK, and this is the password hint. I'm getting it. It's 123. Use 123. So I'm gonna close that. Sorry, cancel that 123 and press OK, and there we go. This is our form. So this is how we do it. We can try something else. For example, a username that doesn't exist. Press OK, invalid username, right? And or press cancel, and the execution ends. Now the second step is that we want only 3 login attempts. To do that, well, we can do the following. Dimension login count as integer equals equal 3. So basically this variable is outside all the function, which means it will keep its value as long as this form is still open. So when it's 3, it means we have 3 attempts. When it's 2, it means we have 2 attempts. When it reaches to 0, it means we exhausted our attempts to log in, and the program's gonna end. So here this is gonna be, in this example, an invalid username will cause the login counter to decrease. Login count equal login count minus 1. This is the first. If the password is wrong, it's gonna be login count equal login count minus 1. And finally, we add this line. If login count equals 0, then if this get executed or this get executed, well, maybe yeah, I need to add something in the same statement in here. Okay, and never mind. So me.dialog result equal cancel exit sub, or maybe, yeah. So this will have the effect like pressing the cancel button. And also I'm gonna copy this here and put it in here. Okay, because I want the login counter to be checked. Okay, and that's it. Let's try it out. So I'm gonna use the user B this time and enter a wrong password. It's 456. I'm gonna enter, this is the second wrong attempt, and this is the third wrong attempt. Invalid username, and the program terminates. Okay, so this is pretty much how you could do or create a login. Yeah, probably one of the weaknesses of the way I did this code is that if you look at the password here, I'm using a raw password, plain text password. What I need to do is encrypt that. Yeah, you could use MD5 hashing function to do it. Yeah, and you just get the hash function for the password entered by the user and compare them. That will do. Yeah. So I guess that will be all. I hope you will find this useful. If you have further questions or you need some suggestions, or you want to check other tutorials and stuff, check out the website mka-soft.com and send emails to notes@mka-soft.com. Okay, thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.